In Fort Scott, find out what's behind the growth of 3 businesses in the area, and the Columbus Fire Department says it's looking for volunteers to join its ranks. KOAM News at 10 is next.
At this revitalized street in Fort Scott, business is booming. I'm Kenny Foreman, and I'll give you an inside look coming up.
Plus, a town in southwest Missouri gets a jump start on severe weather season with a brand new siren system. And volunteers needed. The Columbus Fire Department opens the door for new crew members.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
If you're in Fort Scott and looking for a hair salon, pawn shop, or a bite to eat, East Wall Street may have the answer. This is KOAM News at 10. I'm Tanya Bach. KOAM's Kenny Foreman gives us an inside look at a few revitalized small businesses.
Several small business owners along East Wall Street in Fort Scott say that business has been picking up in recent weeks. They say a main factor is the relocation of After Effects Salon. After 18 years further downtown, salon owner Shelley Bradley decided to make the move. Her clients love the new location since it's much easier to find parking.
We have our own parking lot, and that's really improved for our clients. They don't have to walk blocks away, and we just wanted to invest in our own property and our own business.
The salon's presence, as well as overall cleanup efforts taken by business owners, have also benefited neighboring business owners such as Fort Scott gun and pawn owner Sean Goins. The Fort Scott Chamber of Commerce named his store 2025 Small Business of the Year.
Anything, that gets folks out here, if they need to store something next door, the restaurant, the salon, a lot of guys will drop their significant other at the salon, come in, look at firearms. So yes, it's been very good for us.
Given its close proximity to U.S. Route 69, a revitalized East Wall Street has been successful in drawing travelers looking for a place to unwind. Having called Fort Scott home since 1970, that's something that Ed Tody's restaurant owner Kevin Allen takes a lot of pride in.
We get a lot of passerbys, a lot of people, nowadays they Google it or what have you to figure out a unique place to eat. A lot of people don't want to eat at a fast food restaurant. They want to find that little hidden gem where they can go in and have an experience rather than just a meal.
Allen is proud of the community for not relying on assistance from the city and taking initiative to make improvements.
I'm a bit of a fighter, and if I think there's something worth fighting for, I'll stand on it, and that's what we're doing. We're standing on it. We're gonna make sure the east side still gets its fair shot.
In Fort Scott, Kenny Foreman, KOAM News.
Allen says the street has potential for more community-wide events such as outdoor concerts. Well, after more than 40 years, Nevada, Missouri is replacing its aging storm sirens. 7 new sirens are set to be installed by mid-October. The upgraded system can be accessed through an app and will allow the National Weather Service to issue warnings directly for the city. The fire chief says daily testing will be done silently, and the new sirens will cover a larger area, reaching into parts of the county. The city will also place large speakers at the golf course and baseball fields with pre-recorded messages warning of incoming weather.
They're able to reach out further. We're able to even reach out into the county a little bit outside our city limits. So they're placed in about the same location. We had to make a couple movements, but they're placed in the same location, and we'll be able to do tests daily with those as silent tests. So we're make sure they're activated and ready to go.
The new sirens are expected to be in place by mid-October, and the city says the system will be fully installed before the old one comes down. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us now with a first look at weather.
Well, it turned out to be hot once again for us today. A little bit cooler over the next few days. We're looking at mainly upper 80s as we go into your Thursday, but scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms, mid to upper 80s again as we head into the weekend, and also chances we could get some showers and thunderstorms as we go toward the weekend. Anything we had out there earlier, gone. Nice and calm over the next several hours. Here's the leading edge of an upper level wave. It's going to head toward us and try to fire off some scattered thunderstorms late tonight and into Thursday morning. So here's about 5:30 in the morning. Scattered showers kind of pushing through, nothing extremely organized or very widespread, and then kind of working into Missouri and also Arkansas as we get into the afternoon hours. So we're going to talk more about this and look at the weekend here in a bit.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, he's one of the newest deputies at the Crawford County Sheriff's Office, and he's already making an impact 1 month into the job. K-9 Kane took to the streets at the beginning of this month after 6 weeks of training. He's the department's only K-9, and he plays an important role in cases where they need help tracking or searching for narcotics. The Crawford County Sheriff and Kane's handler both emphasize the German Shepherd is a working dog whose job is to help make the community safer.
He's here for their safety, our safety, and to get the drugs off the streets. Like we said before, it's a huge problem, and we're going to start working on that like we have been since we became in office.
He is a deputy. He's an officer. We treat him the same. So he's not just a normal dog. He's one of us.
The K-9 program was made possible through community donations from donors like Arvest Bank and Diamond Pet Food. The Sheriff's Office says no tax dollars have been spent on K-9 Kane. An event this weekend shines the spotlight on four-legged heroes who once served the community. Academy Animal Hospital in Joplin is hosting a fundraiser this Saturday from noon to 2 with pulled pork sandwiches, sides, desserts, and more, all to benefit retired K-9 officers. Organizers say while the dogs are no longer on duty, they still need support from the community for food, care, and medical expenses.
I'm a dog lover, and I love to see that they're well taken care of, just as if it was mine. You know, I want my dog to be taken care of if it was a working dog, and, you know, just because they retire, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't quit loving them.
Residents are encouraged to stop by, enjoy a meal, play games, and meet some of the K-9s who once worked to protect them. The Columbus Fire Department is looking for 3 firefighters to fill their volunteer roster. One requirement, you have to live in or near the city limits. Plus, availability is key. Fire Chief Stephen Burton says they will train the right people. And the chief says in recent years, volunteer service has declined tremendously.
Anybody that's interested in becoming a volunteer or seeing what that looks like, not just for Columbus, but any other community that has volunteer fire departments, reach out to them, see what it takes to join, go do a ride along. Just ask questions, and it might be that thing that you've been missing in life that brings some joy to you. Give it a shot. You might make a difference in someone's life and not even realize it.
Columbus firefighters responded to more than 600 calls last year. Officials say every one of them was a chance for volunteers to learn and make a difference. Crowder College hosts a Constitution Day celebration coming up. The Joplin League of Women Voters take a closer look at the Fifth Amendment during the event. But up first, a mass shooting in Pennsylvania leaves 3 police officers dead and 2 injured. We'll have the latest. 5 police officers were shot in Pennsylvania today, 3 of them killed. As Bradley Blackburn reports, Governor Josh Shapiro is calling the shootings a wake-up call.
3 police officers were fatally shot and 2 were critically wounded in York County, Pennsylvania on Wednesday afternoon. The officers were following up on an investigation authorities describe as domestic in nature.
Our hearts and prayers go out to them, to the families of the deceased and the families of those officers who were wounded. There are simply no words that I can offer to assuage the grief that this community has experienced and unfortunately will continue to experience.
Officials say the incident remains under investigation, but the public is not in danger.
I can confirm that the shooter is dead.
Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro expressed condolences to the families of the officers shot.
This is an absolutely tragic and devastating day for York County and for the entire Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
The governor said the incident is a wake-up call not only for Pennsylvania but for society.
This kind of violence isn't okay. We need to do better as a society. We need to help the people who think that picking up a gun, picking up a weapon is the answer to resolving disputes. We need to do better when it comes to mental health.
Doctors say the injured officers remain in critical but stable condition. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
Pennsylvania officials say Attorney General Pam Bondi has reached out to offer her support to York County and to the state of Pennsylvania in the wake of the deadly shootings. A little later, a Missouri group says a redistricting effort should be up to the people, not lawmakers.
Plus, we have some thunderstorm chances still in the forecast. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it turned out to be a pretty good Wednesday for us today. Still hot temperatures, lower 90s. We're going to lower those temperatures just a bit as we go through the next couple days, but those rain chances are going to continue to stick around. We had some hit and miss storms this afternoon. About 80% of us ended up staying dry. About 28% of us got rain, but nothing out there right now. It's pretty good. We're going to stay nice and calm as we go through the next several hours. That's all ground clutter, but back toward the west, we do have a little upper level wave that is going to start to kick in. That's going to give us some chances to get some showers and even a few thunderstorms in here late tonight. Let's go through time. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Here comes that wave. Showers, some thunder showers kind of popping up. Eastern parts of Kansas, getting down Chanute, Parsons, Pittsburgh, Fort Scott late tonight into the morning hours. Here's 5:30 in the morning. These are going to be very scattered. It's not a wall of rain. It's not widespread, but these are going to continue to kind of trek through as we go through the morning hours. Still mainly on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side, spotty as we go through the morning. Once we go into the afternoon, overall, we'll start to shift into southwest Missouri, northwest Arkansas, and then eject out as we get into the evening hours. So we're going to have scattered showers and thunderstorms tomorrow. I think about 50 to 60% of our viewing area will see rain, but that also means 40 to 50% of you are going to stay dry tomorrow. These are going to push out tomorrow night. We may start the day with a random shower on Friday morning, and then Friday afternoon is really looking pretty good as we go into the mid 80s. Good news for high school football. Here comes another wave kicking in as we get into Friday night and Saturday morning, giving us more showers and thunderstorms, and we have just kind of numerous waves as we go through the next several days. On your Thursday, 68 to start, 80 by noon, high temp, 87 degrees. For state, Friday night, high school football, 76 at kickoff, 70 by the fourth quarter, random showers across the region. Looks good right now. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Tower cam. We're looking downtown Joplin, still sitting into the mid 70s, so it's mild / warm, and our temperatures will drop back upper 60s later on tonight. All right, here's our upper level wave that has given us those chances for showers. Watch how it shifts east over the next several days, but a stronger storm system rolls in late Sunday into Monday. Watch it dip in, giving us more showers and thunderstorms to kick off next week. Some showers early Saturday morning. I think most of the day is going to be dry, but once we get into late afternoon, hit and miss showers and thunderstorms on a complex, most likely driving through Saturday night into Sunday morning. Then Sunday late, more showers and thunderstorms. Some of those guys could be a little bit stronger to possibly severe. Then on Monday, just periods of showers and thunderstorms as that main wave kind of sits right on top of us. 87 on Thursday, 84 Friday, near 90 Saturday, 85 Sunday. Temperatures at least looking a little better.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to getting cooler temperatures eventually.
We will, I promise.
All right, thanks, Doug. Well, a Missouri organization says the people, not politicians, should decide to accept or reject new congressional maps. The group People Not Politicians held a call Monday to discuss how to put a redistricting plan approved by Missouri lawmakers to a vote. The voter referendum is not used frequently, but the group says it's gathering more than 107,000 signatures across Missouri to make the vote happen. Group leaders say it will easily get those numbers.
Given the amount of support we've already seen coming from Missourians about this, we are going to turn in well in excess of those numbers.
People Not Politicians has until December 11th to collect and turn in those signatures. If approved, a voter referendum on the state's congressional maps would be placed on the November 2026 ballot. A celebration 238 years in the making takes place across the country today. The Constitution of the United States was signed on this day back in 1787. The League of Women Voters in Joplin marked the occasion with a presentation on the Fifth Amendment at Crowder College today. The presentation covered the history behind why the Fifth Amendment was added and the history of the Miranda decision.
You can also refuse to testify in court if you think you might be prosecuted on what you say, even if you're not guilty of it. So your silence is a constitutional right. They can't force you to testify against yourself.
Each student was given a copy of the Constitution. Still ahead, Missouri Southern is honoring former head coach John Ware this weekend. We'll hear from Coach Atiba Bradley. And one Pitt State Gorilla rose to the occasion on Saturday in their upset win over Grand Valley State. Those details coming up after the break.
Missouri Southern returns to Fred G. Hughes Stadium this Saturday, coming off their bye week. But this week is about more than football, as the Lions will be celebrating the life and legacy of former head coach John Ware. The program will honor the late head coach as 2025 marks 20 years since his passing. Ware led the MSSU program for 2 years, earning College Sports Report's National Coach of the Year in 2003. During his time with the Lions, Ware coached current Missouri Southern head coach Atiba Bradley and defensive coordinator Joe Patasso. During his presser on Monday, Bradley spoke about his former coach.
Even though he was only our head coach for 2 years, just had an astonishing impact on everybody that was around him. You didn't have to be around him for a year. Just being in his presence for a few moments, you knew just how great an individual he was. And so him and a lot of guys on that staff are the reason I coach college football.
The Lions take on the Bearcats of Northwest Missouri State on Saturday. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. Pitt State football is coming off a big upset win over third-ranked Grand Valley State last week. And after defeating the Lakers, one Gorilla player received special recognition from head coach Tom Anthony. PSU kicker Austin Schmidt received a game ball following his performance against Grand Valley. After missing a couple of field goals in the first 2 games of the season, the junior stepped up big in the Gorillas' win on Saturday. In a game where points came at a premium, Pitt State sent out Schmidt early in the second quarter with the game tied at 0. Schmidt connected on a career-long 53-yard field goal to give the Gorillas an early lead, and that field goal would be the difference in PSU's 17-14 win.
He's that guy. I mean, he just got the game ball in the locker room right now from Coach Anthony, and Coach Anthony's words is, "I'll never not trust this guy." So that says what it needs to say about that kid.
I told him in the locker room after the game, my confidence in him will never waver. I truly do think he's the best place kicker in the country. Just mishit a few balls, over the last 2 weeks, and came out today and had 2 huge field goals for us. Huge field goals. And again, we're going to continue to rely on Austin Schmidt. He's a big part of what we do, and he's going to win us a lot of football games.
Gorillas looking for a second straight win on Saturday at home against Fort Hays State. Kickoff at 4 p.m. from Carney Smith Stadium. Austin Schmidt wasn't the only Gorilla to shine when the lights were brightest last week. Redshirt senior safety Reggie King Jr. received his own recognition after a big day against the Lakers. King was named the MIAA Defensive Player of the Week after filling up the stat sheet against Grand Valley. He finished the game with 3 tackles, 2 pass breakups, and an interception that sealed the win for Pitt State. His performance aided in a dominant defensive outing that limited the Lakers' high-powered offense to under 210 total yards. While a pair of Pitt State stars shined at the national level this past week on the gridiron, one former Gorillas track and field standout showed out on the grandest stage of them all, in front of the entire world. After winning multiple NCAA Division II titles with the Gorillas, Cordell Tinch is now a world champion, claiming the 110-meter hurdles title in Tokyo, flying in with a time of 12.99 seconds. Tinch's journey to this point is different compared to most. Prior to his time at Pitt State, Tinch took a 3-year break from the sport, selling phones and working on machinery. Now, he has reached the mountaintop, representing the United States with a gold medal at the 2025 World Athletics Championships. The Missouri Southern Lions women's soccer team is off to a 2-2 start to the season. They're back at home tonight, taking on Oklahoma Baptist. MSSU looking to get back in the win column after falling to Southwestern Oklahoma State on Sunday. Early first half, Lions on the attack. Presley Ziegler's through ball finds Talia Sanders. She'll get it to Natalia Louise, and her one-timer saved by Jolie King. Later in the half, Bison going the other way. Lauren Hanley in the open field. She'll cross over, fire on net, and it bangs off the post and in for the goal to take the lead. Missouri Southern looking for the equalizer before the half, though. Presley Whitmire with the pass to Daniela Marquez. She has an open look, but King sprawls out for the save. but MSSU bounces back in the second half with a goal to secure a 1-1 tie against the Bison. Royals looking to bounce back from last night's loss to the Mariners, getting it done with a 7-5 win tonight. El Capitan Salvador Perez continues to age like a fine wine with another home run. Adam Frazier also cleared the yard. Carlos Esteves becomes the 5th Royal in franchise history to have 40 saves in a single season. The Cardinals wrapping up their series with the Reds this afternoon, falling to Cincinnati 6-2 as Cincinnati takes the series. Former Royal Brady Singer surrendered 2 runs in 5 2/3 innings to pick up the win, but Alec Burleson went 2 for 3 with his 18th homer of the year.
Not just a win for the Royals, 7 runs tonight. That's awesome.
Offense starting to piece it a little bit, maybe a little bit too late, but the offense has improved over the second half of the season. A lot of it's Salvador Perez, but they're good to see them get back in the win column for sure.
And we will take it. All right, that's a look at sports. We're back after this. The Southeast Unified Golf Tournament teed off at Four Oaks Golf Course in Pittsburgh this morning. The event, hosted by Special Olympics Kansas, brings together athletes with and without intellectual disabilities to celebrate inclusion, sportsmanship, and community. With more than 60 teams participating, the tournament saw significant growth from just 12 teams last year. Looks like they had a lot of fun.
Yeah, and a good day for it. In fact, temperature is a little bit cooler over the next few days. 87 tomorrow, still well above our average high. But we are going to be dodging some hit-and-miss storms tomorrow. Overall, Friday looking good. Better chances for storms Sunday and Monday.
All right, final sports note.
Didn't get to the Chiefs today, but they could be getting 2 wide receivers back this week with Xavier Worthy and Jalen Royals. So some reinforcements for Patrick Mahomes in the offense.
And that'll be nice. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening and an even better tomorrow.